In case you missed it, here is what you need to know from this week's AEW. We had another 4-hour special combining Dynamite and Collision. This time it was called Summer Blockbuster, and it was a lot of fun. It opened with the Will Ospreay Swerve Strickland rematch, and it was incredible. I saw that was opening the show, and I think I said, man, hopefully they have the common sense to give them 45 minutes. Just let them go crazy since they have 4 whole hours. That's almost exactly what they did. They gave those guys plenty of time. It was a 30-minute time limit draw, and then we had an extended segment afterwards where the Bucks and the Death Riders came out to beat down both Swerve and Ospreay. Ospreay took a thumbtack-filled shoe super kick to the face for Swerve, and that story just keeps getting better and better by the minute. And that moment when Swerve and Hangman do finally help each other is going to be electric. All across the show, though, this was great. My only complaint would be that it felt like the Dynamite portion was pretty front-loaded. It had a lot of the big things. Obviously, it had Swerve and Ospreay, and that took up a quarter of the show time. Then it had Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada's contract signing, which had a huge reveal that the belts would be combined and unified into one that just looks like kind of a second AEW world title. We also had the Hurt Syndicate with MJF, and MJF wrestling dressed like MVP. Might have been the funniest part of the entire night. So it felt like the Collision 2 hours kind of got a little bit of the shaft in terms of star power because so much was just happening in that first 2 hours. But overall, I think this was a huge success. And my biggest complaint last time was the lack of time for the women's division. And I really feel like this week handled that a lot better. We had the Julia Hart Toni Storm match. We had a tag match with TJ taking on Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. We had Tekla and Queen Aminata. It just felt like the division as a whole was better represented here this week. So I hope they do this again. I think it's only going to get better the more and more that they do these giant super shows. We have Grand Slam Mexico next week as well, which is again shaping up to be a crazy card. So let me know what your favorite match or moment from this week's show was.